Hi, this is LK Priest, and today I'm going to be talking about a variety of topics since server's down for maintenance today and I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks. I'm going to just be putting this up with a bunch of things that I've been meaning to talk about in the meantime, but I'm actually doing this in segments, so it's a little bit different with some editing, and I'm actually doing my intro last, so you're gonna see me with a whole lot of different like lights and stuff as I do the different segments, so I'm gonna apologize for that ahead of time. But stick around and I'm gonna talk about a few things that have been on my mind the past few weeks. Hi, this is LK Priest, and perhaps you got lucky, won that fantastic BOE, and rolled Need on the Need Before Greed system. Well, you find out later that you don't really need it, so you try to sell it off in the auction house, but it's soulbound. What happened? Well, with the new update, what's going to happen is Need Before Greed is going to cause needed items to become soulbound. If you roll Greed and win it, then it won't be soulbound and it can be sellable. This is to prevent ninja looting and exploitation. So just be aware that if you don't really need it and you maybe plan to sell it, then greed it. Goblin discount nerf? Well, Blizz states that the best deals anywhere is actually fixed to perform the way it's meant to. That means that if you're friendly with one rep, you get the same discount as, say, an exalted of another racial. So what it's meant to do is to actually give you the best deal that you could possibly get. This does not stack with any guild vendor discounts, and it also does not apply to, say, like a flight path. Once you reach exalted with that rep, you get the same amount of discount as another person in your guild with that same amount of rep. So also this doesn't apply to non-rep vendors. So you get the same price as everyone else, but at a lower reputation, you can still get the best possible deal that you could get from that vendor. So that's Blizz's position, and they're sticking to it. Murkablo is now on the PTR, and it's still unsure whether it will be a Diablo 3 collector pet or if it'll be a BlizzCon goodie bag pet, but one thing's for sure, it's pretty cute. It'll jump up in the air and breathe a stream of flame while in the air, and you can see it now either on the PTR or I'll post some video on my blog, lkpriest.blogspot.com, but I first seen it on MMO Champion, so you can also check it out there. But if you're planning on going to see BlizzCon this year, tickets are all sold out, so your only option of seeing it is either to grab some BlizzCon benefit dinner tickets, which at $500 a pop also includes BlizzCon tickets, but otherwise you'll just have to watch the virtual streaming video if you plan to have the pet and want to see what's going on live. Speaking of pets, I recently got my pterodactyl hatchling from Fossil Archaeology, so that brings me one step closer to getting my 150 pet achievement. And once 4.2 comes out, with that 150 pet achievement, you'll get a celestial dragon, which would look great with my celestial steed. And I know that mount is a Blizz store mount, but I think it's really cute. And I haven't gotten the winged guardian yet, but I will once I get that pet that matches with it. So it's something that I kind of like put on the side. I'm kind of putting off getting it, but I probably will get it eventually. But with 4.2, they also added pets to Petting Zoo and Menagerie achievements. So with that, you'll get Nuts Acorn and a Brilliant Kaleri pet. So that would also help to push you closer to getting 150. So if you're very close, I hope this helps you out. But just a little word of caution there. I registered on one of those like World of Warcraft pet sites, and I used a junk email, but lo and behold, shortly after doing that, I got one of those phishing emails, pretending to be Blizz, so it's like Blizzard, like billing at blizzard.com, but whenever you go on sites and stuff, just be really careful, and if you register for something, then use an email that isn't your Battle.net email, and of course, update your software and just make sure that you're really careful what you register for. Just because, with a lot of like hacking and infiltration and stuff, this kind of thing runs pretty rampant. So I hope that my experience helps you out. I haven't actually been hacked. I've had a few attempts, but so far so good. So I hope this helps you guys out. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what's most prevalent on my mind in terms of 4.1, and I know I've been like really hopeful about the troll dungeons and stuff, and we've seen prices on Maelstrom crystals drop dramatically, but we've also seen a lot of people getting kicked. So I've actually had a lot of my friends getting kicked out of Troll Heroics because the other group wants to steal the loot. So, for example, there would be like 3 or 4 people in the group, and they're from like the same guild or the same realm. And once they get to the boss that the person needs and the loot drops, they end up getting kicked. So, this is one way that people have actually lost on loot, not to mention time and the amount of time queuing. So, they have to re-queue again and everything. So, this is something that's actually been running rampant. And I've actually had a friend get kicked out because of a Maelstrom crystal. Like, they wanted the Maelstrom crystal, so they ended up getting kicked. And this hasn't happened to just one person, but to many people. I myself have actually gotten kicked once, and that was actually because I kept getting DC'd and I had a lot of lag. So I've also seen more of that, like a lot of bugs and things that even updating my add-ons doesn't quite fix. So hopefully once 4.2 comes out, this would get addressed, or this gets fixed even before 4.2 comes out, because even though we'll be getting new loot that would far outweigh, the stuff in the troll dungeons, it still doesn't quite justify, getting kicked like this, and the principle of it and the time wasted, not to mention the opportunity lost. So I just hope that, we won't have to resort to having to look at everybody in our Dungeon Finder group to make sure that they're not from the same guild or the same realm, in order to see that we are actually wasting time. So I hope this gets fixed, and kicking penalties being as they are still does not make up for the fact or even stop the matter. So I hope that, people who have written tickets about this, that they do get some justice, and that Blizz pays attention and hopefully fixes the problem. Lastly, in 4.2, we're going to say goodbye to the keyring. Now, I'm pretty upset about this, mainly because I'm going to have to deal with a whole lot more keys in my bag, and if you're a blacksmith, you'll have even a harder job with that too. But what's going to happen is obsolete keys will give you gold for it, and if keys don't fit in your bag, they'll get sent back to you. So you won't exactly lose your keys just yet, but you're going to have to find space for all those extra keys. So for example, if you're trying to go down to BRD and you forget your keys, you're either going to have to hearth or summon a guildie to get it. Remember to bring it from your bank, or if you have the Argent Pony Bridle, get it sent to you that way. So I am quite upset about this, and I hate having to decide whether to keep my keys, or for example that gray set that I have, like for example the dilapidated cloth set. Now I know it's silly, but only fellow WoW hoarders will, understand, and that's all I have to say about that. Well, that's it for me for today. I'd like to give a special shout out to Jose, Calson, Bag of Donuts, and Lock Collar. Thanks for helping me with the inspiration for this episode of my video blog. And I'd also like to give a special thanks to Last Night, because he's helped me by giving me a lot of pets, which is furthering me on to my 150 pet achievement. Thanks, baby. Well, that's it for me for today. This is LK Free saying thanks for watching and happy gaming.